What's up, guys? Nerf Gun Charlie here, and we're at that part where we're dealing with the Romulans. Um, yeah, this has been fun. I've already, at time of recording, I've already had Viper from the Millennium Project watch the first video, and just today, like I said, a day of recording, JC, he's one of the older modders. He was modding before I got into it. He's got several JC mods on Armada files. They're in the repository I have on Mod Database. He's done quite a bit. He messaged, and he was big. He was one of the heads, if not the head, of the Star Trek versus Star Wars mod. And, looks like he likes what he's seeing too, and he offered to help if I reached out with any kind of pointers or anything like that. So, things are going great. But today is the Romulans. I want to show you guys kind of what we're working with and describe what we're going for. And, of course, the Federation.
Complete. We have engaged the enemy.
The Federation is trying to attack us. They're doing what they do. Of course, they have that temporal stasis field that pisses me off, but it's fine. Let me go ahead and get that going. So, just like with the Klingons and what I will see with the Borg, I've already deleted the linkage to the original wireframes here. I didn't catch that at the beginning of the Klingon video. I did towards the end. But we're going to replace all the wireframes anyway. And we've got some good starships here. We've got some TMP, Lost Era vessels in here. We've got your stock Armada. So there's some good things here. Oh, excuse me, it's very late at night right now. So it's mainly going to be updating of models. There's going to be one or two models that I really might not be able to update that much. Let's see here. We've got like the Legion classes. These are common in the fleet. Centurions, I think we've got better models. I know we got better models for all the stock vessels. Let's see here. Bird of Prey classes. This is the heavy weapons turret. They're using this as the Myotron auto turret. And then let's see here. There's the Senator class. I do like the Senator class. I need to get a better looking model in here. Better texture. And then let's see, the only ships that I haven't built would be the Shadow and the Sacrifice vessel, as it were. But it looks pretty good. You start off with this starbase and your outpost. And this is going to be something that we retexture. I've got the order buttons taken care of. I already have the special weapon buttons that I'm going to use, which we are going to pull from Fleet Command for. That's the best template that I have for Romulan special weapon buttons, in my opinion. And right now, I've kind of put it out to my Discord and a few others. Just trying to figure out a good template for the build buttons. The build buttons are the only thing I'm not really happy with. I've got templates for from Future Tense, from Over Time, and from Fleet Command. But I'm not happy with using those templates here. So I'm kind of mulling over what I want to do for the build button templates. Because they're also, for the starships, they're also going to double when it comes to the research buttons. Just trying to figure that out. Which, I will highlight, the Klingons don't have this, but the Romulans do. This is a troop transport, and its only weapon is auto commandos. So it auto fires the commando troops. I think we can do something a little bit better with that, just because it's slow. We'll work on that. But I've got an idea. But this is kind of where we're at. The Federation's going to keep attacking. I just literally set this up so I can do this recording. And then our heroes are Sela and JC's Imperial Warhawk. So, and yeah, I've got to do this justice. If he's going to start watching the channel, definitely got to start doing this justice. But this is what we're looking at. And the same night that I'm recording this, despite the fact that I'm yawning and I'm tired, and I should not be probably awake right now, I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of initial updates before I go to bed. And I'm hoping this is, what, a Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. Sorry. It went from being too hot up here to me just being tired, so I do apologize. Probably gonna do like the special weapon upgrade for the buttons, and probably upgrade 1 or 2 starships before I go to bed tonight. And
Complete.
it's probably gonna be a few days for you, to be a few, like
Station
a
complete.
minute tops, and you guys are gonna see the updated Romulans. I say it always: like, comment, subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and profusely apologize for me yawning, but I should not be up at 1 o'clock in the morning, especially when I've got to go to work tomorrow at 4. But you got to find time for for one of your passions, and one of my passions is Armada modding. So it is what it is. But let's cut out now, and let's show you guys where we're at now. Stand by.
Station construction in progress.
Alright, guys, and we're back. And I keep forgetting to do this, but, you know, because I have to say it. You have to remind people. If you're liking the content, like, comment, subscribe subscribe to the channel, comment down below, like the video. It seems a lot of you guys are really interested in this mod in particular, but before we go down below to look at some of the ships, I do want to reference the UI. There have been a little bit of darkening here. This was more of a pinkish purple. It's now more of a bluish teal. I did that to match what a Romulan UI looks like. If you look up a Romulan LCARS on Google, it has a lot of blues and teals along with its greens, and there's always some pink every so often. So I really couldn't put that in here, but it's elsewhere. So here we are with the Romulans. Really couldn't do anything with this station just because I could not find a retexture that I liked for it. So I couldn't really do anything retexturing for right now, but it's fine as is. But we have our wireframe. The big thing I want to show you guys, you notice the order buttons. This template is from my good friend Majestic, who runs MSFC. Majestic, you know, thank you for this. He gave me this template. It's from one of his older mods that he worked on. I'm not sure if he ever released it, but if he didn't, we're going to find every way to honor every piece of that mod that never got released. And this is one way of doing that. So all of our order buttons have that pinkish purple highlight to them. Every last one of them. And let me find, let's see here. We'll use Sela. All of them have that highlight. That's just a general order button for self-destruct because, well, you know, that's a button for all the races. Federation, would you stop? Hey. You better die quick. I hate it when they send the Wells class. It's always overpowered. But hey, this is Millennium Project. They wanted it overpowered. There we go. Get rid of that thing. That thing's a real threat. Are they sending any others? No, we're good. Okay. So I'll bring up the Raptor class. You'll notice we've already switched to its new wireframes. We have the new models in. The special weapon buttons are returning from Fleet Command. I happen to like these special weapon buttons, so we are bringing them back. But the order buttons, like I said, more of that pinkish purple. Whereas if you go to a shipyard, all of your starships have a blue highlight, similar to bluish teal, similar to what you see here. And I wanted to make that distinction. If you're building a starship, you're building a star base or a shipyard or another station, because it's a buildable, it has the bluish teal inner outline. Whereas if it's orders, it has a pinkish, you know, fuchsia, purple, whatever you want to call this color. You know, it has that outline. And then the same thing goes for research, which I didn't update the stock research because for research 2, I'm fine with it. I've also noticed, depending on what research facility you upgrade with a new model, it might break the campaign, so I'm leery of that. But with our research, and you really can't see them here because the research, as you've seen in the other two races, is just a reuse of the button for the starship. It's the same thing here. So it's the blue highlight for all of them here. And then as far as, looks like the Federation stopped, as far as a lot of the starships, like our heavy weapon turrets, we darkened and sharpened up the texture. Here, we did the same for the Legion class, the Centurion, which we shrunk the Centurion down to be more of a medium cruiser in size. You can see our new construction vessels. So everything has either been resized with its textures being enhanced, or it's the brand new model from And Mormon, because I love using his models. The only reuse that you're going to see in here is, like, this is a regular plasma turret, and the enlarged one is the Myotron turret. We've already got our Phoenix Station, and yes, I know the wireframe doesn't exactly match, but this was a late edition I did, and I might update this before, you know, the mod goes out. This is his version. And then for some of them, what we enhanced, here's our secondary shipyard. You can see I had fun here, so, and Mormon A2 style models. But then this is the Senator class. I upgraded its texture. Pretty much not only did I sharpen it up, but I changed its chroma settings for its texture, so it would have a little more of a green tint and darkened it. So it would have more of a greenish tint, but not be like TNG green. It still fits as far as what era it's supposed to be in. I did the same thing with the Imperial Hawk. And like I said, we did that with most of these. Like, this is sharpened up for the Centurion. The Legion's been sharpened up. And yes, I did capture the Enterprise E. This was one of the first ships I captured from them when I started this game. This is an interesting reuse. Of course, I retextured it, but this is essentially the Omega vessel from the missions. They use it as a troop transport. Its only weapon is commando teams, auto commando teams. So it is literally, as you can see by the crew, a troop transport. Of course, we kept Sela as a hero, and JC's Warbird. And recently JC has commented on one of my videos, because he was not only involved with this one, but also Star Trek vs. Star Wars, which is my next mod in the pipeline. I was not going to get rid of this. I changed up as far as some of the hard points, and, you know, I had to have fun with it. But that's where we're at with the Romulans. The Romulans are looking good. All of their weapon textures have been updated. I will show you that right now. Yeah, they ain't got weapons. Hey, cut that out. But essentially, we're using Rakes textures, the Rakes texture folder for this, so they're using a lot of those weapons when it comes to their weapon textures. It's been really crisp, really clean. The weapon sounds have looked nice. So all in all, it's come along pretty well. Like I said, I might just retexture this slightly for the secondary Tal Shiar facility. I need to update one wireframe and build button combination to match the current model. I can do that during final cleanup when beta testers are involved, which I already have one signed up, and I have a legit list this time. So I do have a beta tester in line as soon as I finish the Borg. But that's what we're looking at here, and so far it is looking really nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Hope you guys are looking forward to this when it does finally come out. By the time you're watching this, I am probably 3 days deep into the Borg, because at this point, that's all we got left is the Borg. Update them. I haven't done anything that should mess up the campaign. I will probably run through the campaign just to be sure, and I'll have my beta tester or testers run through the campaign just to make sure we didn't break anything updating these models we shouldn't have, because I didn't mess with the original Millennium Project modifications that they did. It is what it is. So we're going to go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed. As I've said a few times already, like, comment, subscribe. You gotta say it for the algorithm because it is what it is. But until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all have fun. And as the Romulans would say, always lurk in the shadows. See you next time.